centre has filed affidavit in the Supreme Court on triple talaq, and it has said that SC ban on triple talaq didn't act as deterrent. 3-year jail term and effective deterrent is what is claimed by the centre. The centre also said that despite SC ban, hundreds of triple talaqs were being reported, and that state act was required to give effect to SC ban. So the centre has filed affidavit in the Supreme Court on triple talaq, and it has also claimed that even after triple talaq continued after the SC ban, and women victims approached police despite the ban on triple talaq. But despite that, police were helpless as no action could be taken against husbands in absence of punitive provision in the law. So the centre has now filed an affidavit in Supreme Court on triple talaq, and the centre has claimed that the SC ban on triple talaq didn't act as deterrent. CNN News 18's Ananya Bhatnagar, who tracks the Supreme Court, is joining us. Ananya, can you give us more details about this affidavit that has been filed by the centre on triple talaq?
Well, the central government has actually filed an affidavit. Remember that this comes a day ahead of the hearing on these particular petitions that have been filed by Rashid Arshad Madni. And what the central government has basically said is that the SC's ban on triple talaq didn't act as a deterrent. The 3-year jail term is an effective deterrent, is what the central government claims. It says that even after the Supreme Court banning the practice of triple talaq under the Muslim law is something that hundreds of cases of triple talaq were actually reported, and the State Act was required to give effect to the SC ban, but it didn't happen. Even after triple talaq continued after the Supreme Court ban, women victims approached the police, but police were helpless as no action could be taken against the husband in absence of a punitive provision in the law. So basically what the central government is trying to say is that there is no kind of imprisonment or some kind of a punitive action that is there until now with regards to triple talaq, and until and unless that actually comes in, that only would give an effect and would stop this particular practice under the Muslim law.
So, Ananya, is the centre trying to convey that there has to be some strict law introduced, including imprisonment, life imprisonment or something of that sort, to make this ban more impactful?
Well, the central government is basically implying that there has to be some kind of a punishment, there has to be some kind of punitive action when it comes to banning certain practices, and if at all this practice has to be stopped, there has to be something that is there to be needed as a punishment, like the centre is suggesting a 3-year jail term with regards to this practice. And if at all this happens in the country, then only can cases of triple talaq, in fact, be stayed up.
All right, Ananya, please stay with us. We have some more breaking news that's coming in now. It's the breaking news concerning Waqf Board versus Centre. And now the Centre has informed Delhi High Court that 123 properties which Waqf Board claims right of was acquired between 1911 and to 1914. And Centre says that Waqf doesn't have any stake in this matter. The Centre has also said that mutation of these properties were in the name of Government of India, and it has also added that no interim relief shall be granted to the Delhi Waqf Board. CNN News 18's Ananya Bhatnagar is with us. Ananya, can you give us more details on this, and can you explain this matter?
Well, the central government has filed this affidavit with regards to there was a dispute between the Waqf Board and the central government, and this was the matter that was going on before the Delhi High Court. The Waqf Board had knocked the doors of the Delhi High Court, challenging, in fact, a central government order with regards to 123 properties that the Waqf Board actually claimed right of, and the central government had actually opposed that, saying that there is some kind of a pact that is there, and the central government had acquired that land, and infrastructural development has actually happened on those land. Now, what the central government has said in its affidavit is that 123 properties which the Waqf claim right of was acquired between 1911 and 1914. The mutation action was actually in the name of the central government, in the name of Government of India. It also goes on to say that Waqf does not have a stake in this particular matter. So the central government basically trying to imply herein that, that this Waqf cannot actually claim a right into all of this, and very clearly it says that, and I'm quoting it from the affidavit that has been filed by in fact, the central government is submitted that the properties were subject matter of the land acquisition proceedings between the year 1911 and 1914, after which they were acquired by the Union of India. Compensation was paid, possession was taken, and mutation was carried out. Admittedly, the properties so acquired were thereof used for the purposes of creating infrastructure and buildings, etc. And in fact, since the Waqf Board had actually claimed interim relief for staying of all of these land, staying the status quo on these particular lands, the Union government has said that the Waqf Board has time and again attempted to seek a restraint on the two-member committee from functioning, which has been repeatedly rejected by the court. In fact, it also goes on to say that the ex officio apparent, therefore, that the petitioner has no interest whatsoever in the said properties, in as much as it is not even care to appear before the committee and place on record its objection in the circumstances. The letter dated so and so merely states that the obvious that ex officio petitioner has no say whatsoever in the so-called Waqf property. So basically, central government clearly saying that the Waqf cannot claim rights of these properties as they were already acquired in the year 1911 to 1914. Anjali.
All right, Ananya, thank you for those details. We're slipping into a very short break, but there's more on the other side. Stay tuned.